is Giselle Hernandez from your Political Science 150 class that meets Mondays and Wednesdays 10:30 to 11:45, and this is section 3 of the midterm. It focuses on a case study. So the case study basically says that during a memorial service held on September 22nd, 2025 for Charlie Kirk, a recent victim of political violence, President Donald Trump made the following statement. And to summarize the statement, Donald Trump basically says that there's going to be a discussion within the Oval Office that Charlie Kirk would have been happy to attend. And basically, in the discussion, it's going to discuss the research for autism and to find a cure or prevent it, which is kind of the government intervening within the medical field a bit. So that is just for some context. And the question that I choose is choose two political ideologies from chapter 1. How might people who follow each one respond differently to the president's statement? So for this one, I'm going to focus on two of them. It's going to be classic liberalism and democratic socialism. So for classic liberalism, they desire the maximum human freedom and individual liberty. So they want less government intervention where it's not needed. And I think something that they would find offense to is the found an answer to autism state part of the statement, because it could be considered really offensive to those who have it. And also it could be seen as overstepping from the government, that that's not their place and that's not where they should be. You could argue that the medical field and sciences should operate differently and they shouldn't coexist together in as one, that they should be two separate ideas. They'll also separate politics from the medical field, and that stopping medical condition is impossible. So calling autism a medical condition and desiring to stop it isn't really plausible, that it's kind of misleading in a way. And it also, they say that it could lead to making false claims from the government, and it can make people view neurodivergency or neurodivergent qualities and conditions such as autism, ADHD, and dyslexia, that it can make people view them in a negative light, and that's not really beneficial to those who have it, and it could just have a lot of consequences that don't add up. So also what they would want to do is to avoid government outreach to where it's not needed politically. So something that they wouldn't like is they would insist on scientific honesty and less government intervention, to have separate ideas that don't coexist together. So to focus on democratic socialism, they're kind of like more of a communist kind of idea, that they want social, political, and economic equality, but the way that they want to reach it is different. While communism focuses more on having a leader and only them leading everybody else, that they focus more on political parties found in democratic countries such as the United States, where we have like different parties, of course, and to achieve this goal. So they support government intervention and they think that it's positive and that it could bring awareness to one topic, which can be good because it could get conversations going and then get things happening to push that agenda further. They also, it's very contrasting to the idea of classic liberalism, because while classic liberalism focuses more on less government intervention, the democratic socialism focuses on having governments intervene and like letting it flow. So they focus more on evidence-based solutions, honest research, and programs for all families to have access to. So it's socialism, so it keeps everybody on an equal level. And they also might be against the idea that you could prevent autism as stated within the text or within the statement, and that they don't think that that's very plausible either. But they do have an emphasis on systems such as universal health care for everybody. That way you don't have to pay out of pocket for anything. And also emphasis on like kind of programs that help research it at a very young age to help diagnose them faster and get them into like therapies and like medication to be able to help out. They also want like more scientific honesty, inclusivity, and they structure for fairness for everybody. And that is my video. Thank you for watching and have a good rest of your day.